we are now more than 7 months in, and you all have been doing daily updates on this situation, Russia-Ukraine conflict, some are calling it. Really, I call it a NATO proxy war, a U.S.-led NATO proxy war against Russia, regime change war. The question I had, because I was watching Barack Obama, a clip of him on Pod Save America, this really cringy liberal, like neoliberal neocon podcast, and Obama was bragging that Ukraine is not only winning the war, but that there was so much bravery being demonstrated. This seems to go against what you all have been saying about this conflict from the very beginning, and I wanted to know your thoughts about where is this going? Is this really going to some kind of victory for Ukraine, whatever that would be? And maybe you could tie that into whatever updates have happened. I know you've been doing daily updates, even just in the last 24. So whoever would like to start.
Well, I think first of all, I'll start. Yeah, it's a very good. That's right. I mean, bravery, undoubtedly, there has been. Bravery, of course, paid for at hideous cost. Thousands of lives, perhaps tens of thousands of lives, almost certainly tens of thousands of lives lost. And of course, you can celebrate that if you wish. I don't celebrate it. I think this is a complete and utter tragedy. My own sense, and I get to say this straightforwardly, is that I think that this idea that Ukraine is winning this war is delusional. I think it's completely misconceived. I think that Ukraine has been able to keep going for as long as it has, because when the Russians started this military operation 7 months ago, they were looking for a diplomatic settlement. They thought they'd almost achieved it at the end of March and the beginning of April. I think they were still hoping that people in the West would come to their senses at some point, that people in Ukraine would come to their senses. There's been massive fighting. Ukraine has been slowly ground down. They tried to launch these offensives over the course of September, October. None of them has achieved, so it seems to me, any major outcome. They've captured some territory, but nothing of any enormous significance. And I think that what we've now seen over the last couple of weeks is that the tempo of things is changing. We're close to an inflection point. The Russians are escalating their war. They're increasing their missile strikes. They're deploying vast forces. And I think they're moving in for a knockout blow. And we've now had comments from Putin himself, which appear for the first time to call into question the very survival of Ukraine. So I think my own view is the diametric opposite of the one that you said. And I have to say, if you follow things closely, I think that other view is a delusional one.
Alex, anything you want to follow up?
I think that comments made by Obama and by other people in the collective West are very destructive for Ukraine, to be quite honest, because they give Ukraine a false sense of hope, and they prevent Ukraine from actually negotiating a settlement. We've seen Boris Johnson, I believe 2, if not 3 times, actually fly to Kiev and ruin peace deals that were just about to be signed. And what he always dangles in front of Ukraine is the hope that they're going to win, is the hope that the collective West is going to support them all the way until the very end. They're going to receive more money, more weapons, and eventually they're going to defeat Russia. And I think this is providing a lot of false hope to not only the Zelensky regime, but also the people of Ukraine. And it also provides a lot of false hope to much of Europe and the collective West, because a lot of citizens in Europe were actually led to believe that if they went along with sanctions package number 1 and sanctions package number 2 and 3, all the way to what are we at now? 8, going on 9.
9.
If they just
9.
9. Okay, there you go. So if we just go for one more sanctions package, that's going to give us the victory. That's going to give the regime change in Russia, and everything is going to be good. Because at the end of the day, this entire conflict has been, as you said, Danny, about regime change in Russia. And the leadership in the collective West believes that if they could just get rid of Putin, it would be a magic pill, a silver bullet to solve every single one of their problems. It would relieve all of their woes. If they could just get rid of Putin, everything is going to be great. And that's what they're betting on, and it's just not working out. It's backfiring in a terrible way